Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy. So just want to holler at y'all real quick, man. So yesterday I had a delivery in Eureka, California. Also, I had an opportunity to cross over one of the bridges to go into Simona, California as well. And if you're not familiar with these areas or whatever, these areas are up north, up off of I-5, which turns into the 101. It can take you straight up into BC to British Columbia. But I'm saying all that to say that here in California, there has been a host of issues, with a breakout of typhoid fever and homelessness. Homelessness is starting to become more of a problem because I thought that it was only in like certain areas in California, as far as like LA County, this, that, and the third. But on my way back down into LA, because I have a delivery later this morning, down in Los Angeles, I saw a sight that was very, very disturbing. When I was coming from Eureka, there's a huge turn that you turn down or whatever to get back onto the main 101 U.S. highway, and between that turn and their mall that they have up there, it has like a Old Navy, a few other stores or whatever that are there. I counted 47 homeless people that were between this particular turn and getting back to the main highway to start heading south back down into the Bay Area. 47 people that were literally either living outside or just loitering on the property with, baskets. Some of them had children. A lot of them were females. That was even what was more disturbing. You know what I mean? The females that actually had children. And seeing it up close and personal like that really shined a light on the things that I had been hearing or whatever, because these areas are very, very pocketed around California. California, everybody thinks that is heavily populated or whatever, and as heavily populated as it is, it is not spread out among the different communities or whatever. Everything is in pockets. Like, you can go for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles or whatever and not hit a major city here in California. But once you hit that major city, that is when you start to really observe and see exactly what is actually happening. And with things like this happening in such small pockets, because LA County is not that big. The area that I was at up in Eureka, it's also not that big either. You can see how outbreaks or whatever can occur, and those germs or whatever that are being transferred from person to person, or STDs or whatever the case may be, intravenous use as far as drug users are concerned. You can see how that can start to plague a community, and the collapse is inevitable. You know what I mean? Because when you are addicted to methamphetamines or whatever, you go for drug tests or whatever the case may be to try to get jobs. You can't even get employment because you can't pass a drug test. So a lot of these people, from what I understand, have migrated to California from other areas of the country, which also creates a burden, because you think that California is so spaced out, but it's not the case or whatever. These people are not going to these rural areas or whatever. And even though that place that I was just talking about, Eureka, California, is kind of like a rural area, it is very densely populated. They have a lot of people who actually live there, and even getting in and out of the city, was kind of trying, being in a semi, and it was a very small area. So I don't know what needs to be done. I don't know what type of legislation that needs to be passed. I know that a lot of the homeless people, again, that I saw, they were actually women, which makes it even worse. I could only imagine whatever conditions or whatever that they may be in that has put them there. But something definitely needs to be done. I don't know the answer. I don't know what's going on here, but the shit was disturbing as hell. 47 people. And when I say like it was in a very condensed area, I mean, I'm not even talking like a 10-block radius. That's what I'm talking about. It was like from one main corner to another main corner, and then hitting the interstate from where I was at. It was horrific. It was like Night of the Living Dead. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It's like something out of a Mad Max movie. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm out. Deuces.